welcome, family, and press your way, excuse me, right on in to Scriptoria Inspirations. Press your way. Can you imagine, or would you happen to know who was the mother of two good boys in the Bible? The first name is James. Second one is John. Those two gentlemen, men, disciples, was picked by Jesus to serve as his disciple, along with Peter as well. But it became something more with these two. They became not only Jesus' earthly confident companions, they was his confidence in the line of trust in all that he did as he traveled through the earth here prior to us. Their mother, she was had a little more ambition amongst her friends in the community. It was such a leap for her in her mind to imagine her sons being given favored status in Jesus and eternal regain. She couldn't imagine that. Hopeful Salome must have been when she made this request to Jesus. Now, Salome is the wife of Zebedee. Salome is the one that learned true greatness that was found in servanthood, not only by status quo. She made this request to Jesus. She said, when you come into the kingdom, please let one of my sons, she had just for one, sit at the right side and the other at your left side. That's Matthew 20 and 21. Her request bear repeating itself. She said to Jesus, when you come into the kingdom, please allow one of my sons to sit on your left side and one of my sons to sit on your right side. Stunned when she made that request, the response that she got from Jesus, which was, foreign rulers are known to rule their people around, and their great leaders have full power over them. But you must be a servant of all others. This is what Jesus said, not just a servant to me. I want you to be a servant to all others. And if you want to be first, you must be a slave of the rest. That was Matthew 20, 25 through 27. Now, that chances is that disappointed Salome, but what it didn't do, it didn't stop her. It didn't stop her wanting her request and Jesus to answer her for her two sons. Her two sons was James and John. She and Jesus was on the same page. They both seen the greatness in James and John. The only difference was Jesus knew that they could achieve it. He knew that real greatness was found in servanthood. The personal statuses, places of honor, didn't play a role in Jesus' decision after Salome made that request to him. They were more so people with limited imaginations. They didn't believe that God's greatness would succeed to James and John. Involving them, he held them up to a certain example. No one will be greater than them because no one was a greater servanthood than them. Salome apparently took Jesus' words to heart. She did. Sometime later, she followed Jesus to Golgotha, Golgotha. While she was following him there, it was during his crucifixion. She followed Jesus to Golgotha, Golgotha, if I'm not pronouncing it correctly. And there was where she witnessed his crucifixion. As she was on her way to prepare for his body for burial, she learned of his resurrection. There are the actions of servant. Those are the actions of a great woman. Let me tell you something. I'm going to read something else to you before I close this story here out. Listen to this, and I'm reading it just how I wrote it from this story that I researched. The mother of James and John came to Jesus with her two sons. She knelt down and started begging him to do something for her. She knelt down. Salome knelt down to Jesus. She asked her, Jesus asked her, what did she want? And she asked, when you come into the kingdom, please let one of my sons sit at the right and the other one sit at the left side. Jesus answered, no one of you knows what you're asking. Are you able to drink from the cup that I must drink from? James and John replied, yes, we are. Jesus replied, you certain you will drink from the cup, but it isn't for me to say who all will sit at the right side or the left side. This is for my Father, which is the Lord. See, after Jesus asked them was they willing to drink from that cup, he let them know it's not up to me who will sit at the left hand side, because I'm not the Messiah. I'm the coming Messiah, but my Father is the one who makes the decision. When the 10 other disciples heard, they were angry with the two brothers, but Jesus called the disciples together and said, you know, foreign rulers like to order their people around, and great leaders have full power over everyone they rule. But don't act like them. If you want to be great, you must be the servant of all to others. And if you want to be first, you must be a slave to the rest. The Son of the Man did not come to be a slave master, but a slave who will give his life to rescue many people. Each and every day as a parent, I thought about this. Each and every day as a parent, we're just who Jesus was talking about, but a slave who's willing to rescue their life for their children. In many ways, we are a servanthood each and every day to someone and something. Only difference, we're not making petitions to sit at the left or the right hand of the Father of God, the Lord in heaven. But we are a servant, and I leave you with this question. If you devote yourself daily to helping others, you'll discover what it means to be respected and honored, not amongst the world, but to be respected and honored by the one who holds our ultimate faith, by the one who all someday will judge us accordingly. Jesus was, I also put a little side note here. Jesus was speaking to the disciples because they only wanted to be a slave out of jealousy. The other disciples, they wanted to just say they wanted to be a slave to Jesus because they was doing it out of jealousy, because they was jealous of James and John. Desiring to only serve Jesus, thinking that would give him a better chance at it, was the wrong reason, and Jesus sent them back to let them know. I acknowledge the fact that in this story with Salome and Zebedee, the wife of Zebedee, that Jesus acknowledged his Father. All that they was doing for him, he still let them know it's not up to me. So the honor is not going to be up to you. Don't look for that honor in those that you serve. Look for the honor in the one where your fate is where it's going to be determined. From Scriptorial Inspirations, I love each and every one of you all with the love of Christ. Remember to press your way. As a recap, we spoke on Salome. Salome's name came from the aftermath word shalom, which means peace. Interestingly, her sons was known for their spiritual temperance. That's Mark 9:38, Luke 9:54. Jesus gave them the nickname Boanerges, meaning thunderbolts. Could it be that the peace-loving mother accompanied her boys as they followed Jesus in order to keep their thunderous behavior in check? Nevertheless, the decision was made by God. It wasn't made by Jesus. But at least Salome got opportunity to learn more about. She seen the crucifixion and she learned what it meant as her request made to God was known. See you all in the next video. Remember, press your way, Heavenly Father. Let this message fall on good ground and good ears, Lord. Let this story of legendary women of encouragement encourage many women as they read and they get to know knowledge of many women. We all come from a woman. Even Jesus himself, the Lord, come from a woman. As we continue, our next story will be, the next stories we're going to work on is 7 women, the choices they made and the prices they paid. 7 women, the choices they made and the prices they had to pay. Hey, you all, I love you all with the love of Christ. Press your way, and I'll see you all in the next video.